I remember the night when he went to the hospital. Atzala came to the house and took him on a wheelchair. I still remember actually waving goodbye to him.
I remember on Rosh Hashanah we stayed in Manhattan so that we could visit him. And he was actually able to stand up for a few minutes. And he danced like he was walking around in the circle. So he wanted to sing the song of the year. So we sang that, and it was another song. And I think that was the last time I saw my father, was on Rosh Hashanah Tavshinah.
Passed away on Ches Tishrei Tavshin Nun. I remember the Levaya, a lot of parts of the Levaya I remember very clearly. I remember saying Kaddish for the first time right there in the fresh caver.
I shoveled some earth onto the oven. I said Kaddish. The next thing that I could specifically remember is being in 770. The Rebbe gave me $1. And the Rebbe looked at me. And the Rebbe gave a very, very strong smile, you know? One of those smiles. Like the Rebbe's whole face lit up. And that was it.
As soon as we finished saying the last Kaddish, the first night of Sukkot, so the Rebbe turned to the second stender that they set up for the Rebbe to face the whole crowd.
Everyone surged forward, so we basically got pushed. All of a sudden, we noticed a little small path from the Rebbe's bima, from the steps to the Rebbe's bima to where I was standing. I didn't see the exchange because I was behind all the tall people. But the Rebbe basically wanted us to come.
So we walked and we were just like told to stand right next to the Rebbe's stender. The whole crowd was singing V'samachtem. And it was a very loud singing. We came close mamish to the Rebbe's feet. And the Rebbe looked at us. The Rebbe gave us strong encouragement. And at that point, like in 1 second, that's when everything changed. The Rebbe's taking me in. I'm with the Rebbe.
And then the Rebbe walked to the steps to go down. The Rebbe turned around, and the Rebbe gave another, encouragement. And the Rebbe went upstairs. And that's it. From then, we were always near the Rebbe.
Ki avi ve'imi hazavuni ve'Hashem yasfeini. It was that moment. The Rebbe just took us in, suddenly we were there from davening from beginning to end. We were Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Hakofis. You're there for hours. The Rebbe could bring for a long time. The Rebbe has a very hard schedule, especially on Yom Tiv. We were there.
The Rebbe was ma'ided us. The Rebbe was encouraging the singing to us. The Rebbe was infusing us with simcha. Pashat simcha.
One of the most constant interactions the Rebbe had with us was the Rebbe showing us to say Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba. The Rebbe would many times, sometimes in an exaggerated form, the Rebbe would mouth the words Amen Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba. And the Rebbe made it so clear to us that it's very important that we should say Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba. It became like a Zohar Tfei by us to always say Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba very loud, because that's what the Rebbe is teaching us. Until this very day, answering Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba is such an important thing for me, because this is something that the Rebbe himself taught me so many times. The Rebbe taught things that really a father is meant to teach. We're sitting alone in shul. No one's telling us what to do, no one's telling us to be quiet, no one's telling us now it's time to answer Amen. So the Rebbe himself took this initiative, and the Rebbe, taught us these things. I remember a very sweet and warm memory. My younger brother, Shalomke, he's 3 years younger than me, a little over 3 years. He was mamish very young. So I was always taking care of him, so to speak, in those years. In 770, I would show him where to daven, I would talk with him, I would so I remember they once took out the Torah on Shabbos, before Kriyas Torah. They took out a Torah, and the Chazan started saying, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. We had one siddur, we were sharing a siddur, and I was pointing with Shalomke, my younger brother. I was showing him how to respond. I was pointing, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. And then the Chazan says, Gadol Hashem iti, and he finished, and I looked up, and I have this memory of the Rebbe just looking at us so, it was staring at us. The Rebbe was watching this whole episode. I wasn't aware of it before as it was happening. I looked up and I see the Rebbe was looking. There was so much love in the Rebbe's eyes, so much nachas. The Rebbe was so approving of it, so attached to what just happened.
It was a Sunday after school, towards evening. The Rebbe is towards the end of giving out dollars. And we weren't going to go for dollars, but me and my brother, Shmuel Chaim, decided we're going to go get $1. And my mother said, fine. My mother wasn't going to get $1. She waited outside with my sister and my youngest brother, with Shalom. Shmuel Chaim gets $1. The Rebbe gives me $1. I start walking away, and the Rebbe calls me back. And the Rebbe asks, in English, the Rebbe asked me, where is your sister?
Where is your sister?
As I was starting to tell the Rebbe, and I was trying to figure out how exactly am I going to talk to the Rebbe. So I was turning around, and for whatever reason, my mother, my sister, and my brother decided to come get $1, and they were coming in from the door on the other side. So I just, they're there. The message I took from that is that I have to be mindful of my sister. She didn't have a father, so sometimes, she needed, I guess, a brother to look after her.
Shalomke turned 3, Yudalet Cheshvan Tavshin Nun. So my mother wanted very much that the Rebbe should do the first cut. So we went by dollars, and my mother was holding my brother, Shalomke, and she had scissors prepared. And she pulled out her scissors, and the Rebbe turned to label, and label pulled out a thing of scissors, and the Rebbe used his scissors. We were drowned in the idea that the Rebbe already had scissors prepared. The Rebbe obviously knew about the upsharing. The Rebbe thought about it before. The Rebbe ensured that he wants to, not that we are requesting, he wants to cut the hair of Shalomke. That was That was the Rebbe like schlepping us in. It was like these kinds of things like gave us like that message. You know, I'm involved. I'm in tune with your family. I notice you're here. You're not here. Like, I'm happy that you're here. The Rebbe provided us with emotional health, emotional state of mind, a feeling of validation, a feeling of belonging, a feeling that every human being should feel, that we might have not had another source how to get it.
When a person is in the rut, the Rebbe picks you up. The Rebbe is looking at you, and the Rebbe is paying attention to you, and the Rebbe is finding a way to lift you up and elevate you.
Happy birthday.
Mesgiach.
From